Hey guys, welcome back to Clever TV. I'm Jocelyn Davis, and today we have a very exciting guest in the studio. You've seen her play a sweet girl next door on Kyle XY, but very soon we're all going to get to see her really vamp things up in the next installment of the Twilight Saga, Eclipse. Without further ado, let's welcome Kirsten Prout. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You have no idea how exciting this is going to be for our viewers. So have you seen any of the finished product, any clips?
I haven't yet.
No,
I haven't. I've seen, that's untrue. I've seen little bits, little playback, and I think it's going to be so exciting when it actually hits theaters.
I know that we're excited. When will your countdown start?
My countdown will start when I have to go to the premiere and actually worry about, you know, getting myself together.
Exactly. So you play Lucy, and aside from your character, there are tons of new cast members for this particular installment. So what was it like coming into the group? There's already so many people that kind of probably
so established. Yeah. It was like a first day of high school.
Really?
Yeah. I came on set and it's intimidating because you see two police cars and like a huge black wall around all the trailers.
Because there's so many fans.
Because
the
paparazzi is the big problem.
Okay. Yeah.
And so you have to wear a bathrobe between takes, like when you're wearing because. Honestly, people are obsessed with just parts of the wardrobe and
I'm sure.
You know, our hair and makeup and our eyes and you know all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, it's to start with, it's intimidating. And then you walk on set and you're like, "Hi, established cast, I'm the new girl."
Hello.
So yeah, and you know, I walked on set and I was really greeted with open arms.
That's
and it
great
was just
to hear.
Yeah, it was so much fun. And at lunch, I was afraid that I was going to be sitting alone at the table.
It's like high school. It's like the first day of a new school.
Oh my God, I spent like 90% of high school sitting alone at a table.
No.
Yeah, I know. I was the girl that was always out of school, right?
Oh, because you were working.
Yeah, so I came back and everyone was like, "Who's that?" No one really knew who I was, and also girls, like, I got bullied so much because, you know, I was on a TV show and...
Yeah, what are you guys doing now?
Yeah, what are you guys doing? Yeah, so I got on set and I'm sitting down at the table. I'm like, oh God, I'm going to be the new girl. And the first person to sit down with me was actually Jackson, who plays Jasper, because we'd had a scene together and he sat down and eventually people started joining, but he was so, thank you, Jackson, because he was so incredibly sweet to me.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
that's really nice.
It is really nice, and I came off of a series, where I was kind of one of the main
and you're used
people
to seeing all those people every day, so it's hard to kind of like delve into something new. I would imagine.
For 3 years, you're part of a family, and you know. All the new people come on set and you're like, new guy.
Hey, new guy.
And then
it was you.
And then all of a sudden, I'm the one who's looking for someone to sit with at the table.
Oh
but Jackson kind of initiated my little welcome.
Mr. Rathbone. What a nice gentleman. I've heard good things about him.
And a musician.
Oh gosh, yes. Now, how did you get the role? Did you audition, or were you just like hand selected, or how did that work?
I did audition. I actually auditioned for the role of Bree, which everyone's familiar with. She has extremely short brown hair. Oh.
Which obviously makes sense.
Obviously makes sense. She's 13 years old. Yeah, doesn't quite work.
Yeah.
You know, I went in and they really liked my work, and you know, I wasn't really considered for the character though, because they were like, you're just physically,
it's not gonna happen.
You don't look the character. So, but then the casting director said, you know what, we've actually got another character for you. So I did one audition for Lucy, just one. It was crazy. I came in kind of halfway through the process.
Right.
And I was just, hey guys, and I just did one scene. And before you know it, I got the call and I was sitting at the table with Jackson.
What was your reaction like when you found out you were going to be a part of this?
Oh my God. I got the phone call and I kind of froze. And my sister was standing next to me in the kitchen. I was at my kind of family home because I'd been filming in Vancouver and I was staying there. So I got the news and I started to dance. Like around the kitchen, I was jumping. Like honestly, I don't even want to do it. It's scary. It's so bad. But I start jumping around and like running around in circles and being like a 2-year-old. And my sister and I were just like jumping and holding hands, so incredibly cliche. And then I picked up the famous BlackBerry, and all of a sudden it's just like every single person on my list. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah.
That is so exciting. And it's fun to hear that even people like yourself who have been working for so long still get really excited about
think about the project.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing about the audition room is I've gone for like really intense parts that require like you just sobbing in the audition room, kind of opening your whole soul up. It's really intense. But that doesn't even compare to the nervous energy that was in the audition rooms for Twilight. Even for the men's sessions, at one point I was filming, so I had to come to a different session.
Right.
And I was sitting with the men who were going for Riley. And
wow.
and even them, they're just like these actors who I've seen on TV.
Other
and
projects.
They're amazing actors, and they are just like shaking, and they're reading their lines, and I'm hearing through the wall, because the studio they had it at, you can hear the other actors do their auditions.
It's
so bad.
A little spying.
Yeah, a little spying, but the guys were just like forgetting their lines, and I mean, I've never felt so much anxiety, but I just had to kind of push past it and let it go.
Gosh. Well, obviously it worked. So
yeah.
Flash forward, you get the role of Lucy. How about like the hair and makeup process? I heard you talking a little bit about the airbrushing, which you didn't really have to do, which is awesome. Hey, that's great. What about the rest of it? What was that all like as far as the vampire makeup and stuff?
Oh my gosh. Well, the first time I put my contacts in,
oh, that's right.
I wear contacts, I'm blind as a bat. So I put in the red contacts, and all of a sudden they start, it coats them, and so I could kind of see. And I looked in the mirror and I was like, whoa.
Did you scare yourself even a little bit?
It's really scary. If you've ever put in colored contacts that are like a natural color, like reds or purple, or it just scares the crap out of you. So when I looked in the mirror, I just was like, whoa. But you can't even take pictures of yourself, really, because the privacy is
so high.
is you don't even know who's going to get a hold of your camera.
Exactly, that's so true.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of staring at myself, being like, whoa, being a total
Only I
dork.
can see this right now.
Yeah, being a total dork, and it was a period part of the film.
Right.
So my hair is being put up into, this style.
Up to 1800s-esque
Yes,
look.
Wonderful. Yeah.
I like to see it. But the red eyes and all the makeup and everything, I would imagine, really helped you get into character. And I read that you actually really liked playing this dark, predatory.
Totally. I mean, think about it. You go from playing,
Kyle X Fly.
Yeah, the sweet girl next door to a vampire who's killing people, drinking their blood. Yay!
Just another day at the office.
Yeah,
no
exactly. But it's a lot darker, and that for me is fun.
Are you attracted to those kind of roles?
Totally. Yeah. As I said, the farther away a character is from me, the more I love playing it.
Now, you talked about Jackson being so sweet to you at the lunch table, but what was it like actually doing a scene with him? Were there any funny stories, or is he just like really solid as far as when you're in the scene?
Yeah, I mean, he is, he's one of those actors that's lighthearted, but definitely takes his job very seriously as well. So he's a great person to have on set. He's so fun between takes.
Right.
And once rolling, is called, he's on his horse.
Yeah,
usually.
Exactly.
And a lot of our in this scene.
Oh, in the actual scenes.
Yeah,
there's a real horse.
There's a real horse because he's a he's a military man.
Exactly.
Yeah, so he's riding up to some damsels in distress, or so he thinks.
So he thinks, exactly. Which, I mean, from reading the books, it's kind of a smaller portion of the book. But what I've heard is that your scenes, your role, the whole storyline there is going to be expanded upon in the movie. Is that true? Or?
Yeah, I mean, the thing with the book is it's kind of glanced upon, and it's more like verbally just kind of this happened.
Right.
But by actually making, bringing to the viewers how Jackson got turned, it kind of focuses on his personal struggle more, because, he's the vampire of the bunch that has the hardest time with, avoiding eating people.
Yeah, it's so challenging.
So you want to see that he's always had that charismatic control of people, and you see what a stand-up guy he is. I mean, he's a military officer, and he's riding up, and he's trying to help us, and basically with the utmost chivalry. And what do? We bite him in the neck.
So you went to the New Moon premiere. Was that like boot camp training for the Twilight Saga?
Yeah, it was my training wheels, essentially, because I'd never been to a premiere of that level.
Caliber,
Exactly. I don't think anyone really has it. I was hearing people who are veterans saying that it was crazy. It was like an awards show carpet. Because honestly, you're walking down the carpet and people are just screaming. They've been camping since Thursday, and it's Monday, and they're getting everything, every inch of themselves and every object they can find autographed, and they're just going nuts. And you're doing an interview, and you can hear people screaming at you right behind you. Yeah.
Well, my dear, this is just the beginning for you.
It's just my training
Prepare
wheels.
yourself.
Oh
Prepare
my
yourself.
gosh.
Now, last question. We have to know, since you're here, Team Jacob or Team Edward?
I'm Team Edward. Sorry, everybody. I'm a
figured.
vampire. I have to stick together.
You do. You do. Well, thank you so much for coming in. It's such a pleasure meeting you. And like I said, I hope you're ready, girl, because it's about to get crazy. Eclipse is just a few hundred days away. I can't believe it. Oh. Many thanks to Kirsten Prout for coming into the studio and giving us all the inside scoop. Make sure to stick with us right here at Clever TV for your Twilight Saga hookup. See you guys next time.